The galaxy was a place of endless stars, glittering planets, and civilizations that had lived for thousands of years. Alien fleets moved through space like rivers of fire, and their leaders sat on thrones of metal and crystal, looking down on weaker worlds. One of these worlds was Earth. Earth. A small, blue planet at the edge of the Milky Way. To the galaxy's mighty powers, it was nothing more than a speck of dust, a planet of simple creatures that had barely learned to fly ships beyond their atmosphere. And now, Earth had built a prototype warship. The alien councils laughed when they saw it. "A primitive vessel," one said, his voice dripping with contempt. "Barely worth the metal it is made of," another sneered. Entire fleets joined in the laughter, their ships forming strange patterns in the dark of space as if celebrating their superiority. But on Earth, humans did not hear the laughter. In underground facilities, in hidden shipyards, they worked quietly. Engineers, scientists, and soldiers moved with precision, their eyes focused, their minds sharp. They knew the galaxy would not take them seriously. That was why they had hidden their true plan. Captain Myra Jensen walked along the metal corridor of the main hangar. Her boots echoed on the floor as she checked the systems of the prototype warship. The ship was sleek, silver, and powerful, but it was not the full strength of humanity. It was a test. A spark to light the fire the galaxy would soon remember. "Status report," she said to her lieutenant. "All systems ready, Captain." "Prototype is ready for launch," the lieutenant replied. His voice held excitement and fear at the same time. Fear for what the galaxy might do if it discovered Earth's true power. Excitement for the moment when they would finally prove themselves. Myra paused, looking out at the stars through the large viewing window. Countless points of light stretched into infinity, each one a world with millions of lives, empires, and histories. And yet, none of them knew what Earth was really capable of. In the alien council halls, messages came in about Earth's prototype. Holographic screens showed a small vessel floating in orbit around a minor planet. The aliens laughed again, their voices echoing across the cold metal halls. "Pathetic," said one. "Do they really think this ship can challenge us?" The laughter was so loud that it almost seemed to reach Earth, though it did not. On the blue planet, humans prepared in silence. They had learned from history, the galaxy respected strength, cunning, and surprise. And they had all three, hidden beneath the guise of a simple prototype. Meanwhile, the galaxy's spies watched the small warship, expecting nothing more than a short demonstration. What they did not know was that Earth's real fleet was hidden far beyond the edges of known space. Silent ships, cloaked and waiting, carried technology no other civilization had ever seen. Myra's hand rested on the ship's control panel. She felt the weight of the moment. Soon, the galaxy would see humanity, not as weak creatures to laugh at, but as a force to be reckoned with. Outside, stars shone like diamonds, and the blackness of space seemed endless. Yet in the quiet corners of Earth's hangars, a storm was brewing. The galaxy might laugh now, but laughter would not last. Not when humans revealed the power they had been hiding all along. As the prototype's engines hummed softly, Myra whispered to herself, "Let them laugh. They will see soon enough." The galaxy laughed, but Earth was ready. Far below the surface of Earth, in hidden tunnels and massive underground shipyards, humanity prepared in silence. While the galaxy laughed at the prototype warship, engineers worked day and night. They welded, tested, and calibrated ships that the universe had never seen before. Every ship, every weapon, every piece of armor was designed with one goal, to surprise the galaxy. And no alien had a clue. Captain Myra Jensen moved through the hangar, checking the final systems on one of the hidden warships. It was larger than the prototype, sleek and deadly, with engines capable of speeds that would leave most alien fleets behind. Its weapons were silent but powerful, waiting for the moment to strike. Lieutenant Rummy, her second-in-command, approached, holding a tablet filled with schematics. "Captain, all ships are ready for deployment. Cloaking devices are fully operational. Sensors are online. The fleet is hidden." Myra nodded, her eyes sharp. "Good. Make sure the launch sequence is flawless. One mistake, and the galaxy will see us before we want them to. We can't afford that." In another chamber, a team of scientists worked on the energy core that powered the warships. Blue light shimmered from the reactor as they ran final tests. "It's stable," said one scientist, wiping sweat from his brow. "And it's more powerful than anything the galaxy has ever seen." Humans had learned quickly. They had watched alien fleets destroy other planets. They had studied their weapons, their strategies, their arrogance. Every plan, every tactic, every mistake of the galaxy's greatest civilizations had been stored and analyzed. And now, humans were ready to turn the tables. Outside the hangars, the prototype floated in orbit around a small moon, a decoy to distract alien eyes. Every movement of the ship was carefully calculated to draw attention while the real fleet remained hidden, cloaked in the darkness of space. On one of the distant alien worlds, a council of generals looked at reports of Earth's small ship. They laughed again, shaking their heads. "A primitive vessel," said one. "It cannot possibly threaten us." They had no idea how wrong they were. Back on Earth, Myra walked among the hidden fleet. Each ship was silent, dark, and waiting. The engines were primed, the weapons loaded, the cloaking devices humming softly. It was a moment of quiet before the storm. "Captain," said Rummy, "the crew is nervous. They know what's coming, but no one has ever faced a galaxy like this before." Myra smiled faintly. "That is why they will succeed. Fear makes humans sharper, faster, smarter. We will show them what Earth is really capable of." As she walked past rows of warships, she could feel the tension in the air. It was like a charged storm, quiet yet full of power. The galaxy thought Earth was weak, but humans had patience and cunning. The longer they waited, the stronger their surprise would be. The hours passed. Systems were checked again and again. Cloaking shields were tested. Weapon targeting systems were fine-tuned. Every detail mattered. And above them, the prototype orbited quietly, a small, unimpressive ship meant to lure the galaxy into underestimating Earth. It was a trap, a bait, a promise of chaos that would come in the next moments. Myra's voice echoed through the command center. "Everything is ready. Soon, the galaxy will learn the truth. Let them continue to laugh. Their mistake will be their downfall." Outside, stars twinkled in the endless black, but Earth's secret fleet waited, silent and invisible. The galaxy laughed, ignorant of the storm that was forming. And in the quiet tunnels beneath the planet, humans prepared to unleash their power. The galaxy continued to laugh. Alien fleets scanned the outskirts of Earth's system, expecting a weak prototype, nothing more. They did not know that the true threat was hidden, cloaked in the shadows of space. The prototype warship, small but sleek, moved slowly around a distant moon, its engines quiet. To alien sensors, it seemed harmless. Its size and shape were unimpressive. To the galaxy's mighty empires, it was nothing more than a toy, a distraction. Inside the ship, Captain Myra Jensen's hands rested lightly on the controls. Her eyes were calm, sharp, and focused. "Steady," she whispered to her crew. "This is just the beginning." The aliens spotted the prototype finally and sent a warning transmission, filled with mockery. "Earth dares to challenge us with this," their message said. "Pathetic creatures. We will destroy you in minutes." The crew of the prototype exchanged nervous glances, but Myra's voice held confidence. "Stay calm. Do exactly what we practiced. Let them see just enough." Then, with a sudden burst, the prototype moved faster than the aliens expected. It darted through space, smaller than their sensors could track easily. Its weapons activated, silent and deadly. A small alien scout ship approached, curious and arrogant. Its captain expected an easy victory, but the prototype's hidden cannons fired first. In seconds, the scout ship was disabled, floating silently. The galaxy was shocked. Reports reached alien commanders. "Impossible," one shouted. "How can a single, tiny ship destroy one of our scouts?" But this was only the beginning. Myra smiled faintly. She knew the galaxy would react with surprise, fear, and confusion. But that fear was exactly what humanity wanted. The prototype moved gracefully, almost like a predator. It avoided alien fire, striking back with precision. Every shot, every maneuver was calculated, designed to show strength without revealing the full power of Earth. In the observation decks of alien fleets, generals watched, their laughter fading into unease. "What is this?" one whispered. "This ship, it's not what we expected." Meanwhile, deep in hidden space, Earth's main fleet waited silently, cloaked and ready. The prototype's actions were the signal. Soon, the galaxy would see the real force humanity had hidden. On board the prototype, the crew felt excitement mixed with fear. This was the first real engagement, a test of their courage, skill, and technology. Yet they remained focused. Myra's voice guided them. "Remember, we are not just defending Earth. We are proving to the galaxy that underestimating humans is a mistake." The aliens tried to counterattack, sending more ships, larger and more powerful. But the prototype's moves were too clever, too fast. It slipped through their formations, striking precisely where it mattered. Each victory, small but significant, began to shift the galaxy's perception. By the time the battle seemed to end, the aliens were no longer laughing. Confusion, fear, and disbelief replaced their arrogance. A small, hidden world like Earth had begun to challenge their might, and it had already shown remarkable skill and power. Myra looked out at the stars again, her calm voice steady. "They think they have seen everything. They have not seen the truth." The galaxy was stunned, but this was only the first act. The real revelation, the fleet, the power, the storm, was still hidden, waiting to strike. And somewhere in the silence of space, cloaked ships shifted, ready for the moment when humanity would truly show the galaxy its might. The galaxy was still in shock. Alien fleets scrambled, trying to understand how a single human prototype had outsmarted and destroyed their scouts. Confusion spread through their ranks. Their laughter had turned into whispers of fear. And then it happened. From the dark edges of known space, the hidden human fleet began to emerge. Cloaking devices deactivated slowly, revealing ships larger, faster, and more powerful than anything the galaxy had seen. Their hulls glinted with silver and gold, engines glowing like molten fire. The fleet was vast, stretching across the stars like a river of light. Captain Myra Jensen watched from the command bridge of the prototype. Her eyes were calm but fierce. "Now they will understand," she whispered. "Now they will see the truth." The alien commanders stared in disbelief at their screens. "This cannot be," one muttered. "How can Earth possess this kind of fleet?" The humans moved with precision and coordination. Every ship in the fleet had a purpose. Weapons systems hummed with deadly energy. Shields shimmered with invisible strength. Sensors scanned the aliens' positions, predicting their moves. The galaxy's arrogance had blinded them. Now they were facing consequences. As the first wave of human ships fired their weapons, entire alien formations were disrupted. Explosions lit up the void, and alien captains realized their mistake. Every attack the humans made was calculated, every strike precise. This was not just war. It was a demonstration of intelligence, strategy, and unity. From the observation decks of the alien fleets, fear spread like wildfire. "We underestimated them," one general cried. "They are not weak. They are powerful." Myra watched the battle unfold, her mind steady. Humanity had learned to survive through struggle, to innovate, and to fight smart. They had studied the galaxy for decades, preparing for this moment. And now, they had proven themselves. Yet Myra did not celebrate. She knew the galaxy would not surrender easily. "Stay focused," she said to her crew. "Show them the full might of Earth. We will not stop until they respect us." The alien fleets tried to regroup, sending their largest warships to crush the humans. But it was too late. The human fleet moved with speed and precision they could not match. Cloaking ships struck from unexpected angles, energy beams pierced shields, and every attempt to counterattack failed. In mere hours, the tide of the battle had shifted. The galaxy that had laughed at Earth now watched in stunned silence. Human ingenuity, courage, and preparation had turned the small blue planet into a force that could not be ignored. Myra turned to her crew. "The galaxy will never see us the same way again," she said. "They thought we were weak, primitive, and unworthy. We have shown them we are none of those things. Humanity has unleashed its power, and we will protect our world and our future. Across the stars, alien commanders sent messages of surrender, respect, and fear. Earth had proven itself. Humanity was no longer a minor player in the galaxy. It was a power to be reckoned with. And in the calm after the storm, as the human fleet regrouped and returned to cloaked positions, Myra knew one thing: this was only the beginning. The galaxy would remember this day forever, the day they laughed at Earth, and the day they learned humanity's true strength. The battle was over, but the galaxy was not the same. Alien fleets that had once laughed at Earth now moved cautiously, their arrogance replaced with respect and fear. The small blue planet had proven itself, and no empire would ever underestimate humanity again. Captain Myra Jensen stood on the bridge of the prototype warship, looking at the stars. The hidden fleet had returned to their cloaked positions, but their presence was known. Humanity had shown its strength, and the galaxy had taken notice. "Report, Lieutenant," Myra said calmly. "All enemy forces are retreating, Captain. Communications indicate confusion and fear across their fleets. No further attacks expected, for now," replied Lieutenant Rummy. Myra nodded. "Good. But this is only the beginning. We must remain vigilant. Humanity has made its mark, but the galaxy will test us again. We must be ready." Across the galaxy, alien leaders convened in emergency councils. They reviewed the data, the videos, the battle reports. Every detail showed the ingenuity, courage, and strategy of humans. Many admitted, reluctantly, that Earth had been underestimated for centuries. Some even sent messages of respect, hoping to avoid future conflict. On Earth, celebrations were quiet but heartfelt. The humans who had fought, who had built the fleet, who had risked everything, knew that they had changed history. Humanity had stepped onto the galactic stage, no longer a minor world, but a civilization capable of defending itself and achieving greatness. Myra walked through the hangars, watching crews inspect and repair the ships. There was pride in their eyes, but also determination. They had faced a challenge greater than anything in their history, and they had prevailed. "The galaxy thought we were weak," Myra said, her voice steady, "but they learned the truth. Humanity is clever, brave, and powerful. We do not fight to conquer, but to survive, to protect, and to thrive." Meanwhile, the aliens began to reassess their strategies. Earth was no longer a planet to ignore. They would need diplomacy, caution, and respect if they hoped to interact with humans again. Many had learned a valuable lesson. Underestimating humanity was a mistake that could cost entire civilizations. In the quiet of space, the prototype floated in orbit, a symbol of Earth's ingenuity. The hidden fleet remained ready, cloaked and silent, a reminder that humanity's power was both real and unpredictable. Myra turned once more to the stars. The universe was vast, full of challenges, mysteries, and threats. But Earth had survived. Earth had proven itself. And humanity had earned its place among the stars. "Today, we have shown them," Myra said softly, "that laughter is not always victory. Strength is not always obvious. And underestimating humans is a mistake no one will ever make again." The galaxy had learned. The lesson was clear. Humanity was no longer a weak world at the edge of space. It was a force, united, clever, and unstoppable. And the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter, as if acknowledging the rise of a new power. The story of Earth's prototype warship, the ship that had been laughed at, the ship that had led to the revelation of humanity's true power, would be remembered forever. It was the day the galaxy changed, the day humans claimed their place among the stars, and the day the universe would never forget.